Hello guys, welcome back to another tier list video. This time I'm going to be placing where I believe the 100 CPU Miis from Wii Sports Resort, and Wii Party should have been placed. And this is another tier list with these same CPU Miis, so this will probably be a lot quicker to do. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, Abby, she was a beginner in the original. I think she should have deserved to be something like advanced. Abe, I'm not really sure if standard really did it for you. How about maybe expert? AI, I'd say expert. I thought about maybe master for her, but yeah. Akira was a master. How about maybe make him expert to make room for some of the others that we'll get into later. Alex, I'd say you're a beginner. Yeah, I'll put you in beginner. Alicia, you didn't really deserve to be a master Mii in the original, so I put you in standard. Alright, how about I move the screen down a little bit? That's better, I think. Yeah, that's better, I guess. Yeah, how about a little further down so you can see all the rest of the CPU Miis? There, you'll be able to see a bunch of the others now. Alright, Andy, Andy, I'd say maybe you deserve to be an advanced. I'm not really sure if you deserve the beginner or not. Anna, she was a standard. She did not deserve to be a standard. She's actually She's actually the cycling champion. So why don't we put her in master? Asami, you were a master CPU Mii. And how about we just put you in beginner? You just seem to look like a beginner Mii to me. Ashley, how about advanced? I guess for her. She just looks like she'd be an advanced Mii and not a standard Mii as she is. Barbara, how about advanced for you too? Chica, well, Birdface, how about expert for you? You look like an expert Mii. You didn't deserve to be a beginner Mii. How about Chris? Chris, I think you should have been a beginner Mii. He's very bad at tennis and a bunch of other sports, so I figured why not he be put in beginner. Cole, he's the worst at table tennis, and I think he's the second worst if you do all the averages, so I'll put him in beginner. Daisuke, I'd actually say maybe he could be expert. Now Daisuke, I remember, Daisuke, I didn't have a nickname for him last time, but, I decided, to give him a nickname. Like, I figured he looked something similar to like an Egyptian pharaoh, so he kind of looks a bit like a pharaoh to me. Alright, Eddie Spaghetti, what am I gonna do with you? How about advanced? I feel like advanced would fit you well. Alright, Eduardo, I'm not really sure if you deserved expert, so how about advanced? Elisa, you did not deserve to be an advanced CPU Mii because you're a champion at tennis, so how about master? And she's actually the runner-up in boxing. Emily, there's not really much special about her. I'll put you in standard, I guess. Emma, she was a master, but to make room for others, I'll put her in expert. Alright, Eva, she's on Tommy's team in basketball, so how about a master for her? Fritz is the runner-up in CPU skill level in cycling, so how about master for him as well? Fumiko, not really sure what I'm gonna do with her. How about I'll keep her in advanced as she was in the original? Alright, Gabby, what do I do with you? How about standard, I guess? I didn't really see why she was an expert CPU Mii. She's not even really that popular in the first place, so we'll put her in standard, I guess. I feel like that would work good for her. Gabrielle, I'd see you being a beginner Mii. Like, there's, like, nobody that likes him anyway. George Carlin, I guess I'll call him now. He'll be advanced. Giovanna, there's, like, nobody really that, likes her anyway. So, how about beginner? Alright, Squidward, Greg. How about master for him, because he's the guy who serves in ping pong in Return Challenge. Gwen Stacy. She was a beginner Mii, but she doesn't really look like a beginner Mii to me. How about expert for her? Haru, how about advanced for her? I just feel like it. Haley, same thing. No. You know what? I'll keep her in advance. Alright, Mean Helen. How about expert? Hiromasa. I don't know why the hell he's even a Master Me in the first place. Like, there's literally nobody that likes him anyway. Well, there are probably some people that like him, so I'll put him in beginner, I guess, because he just looks like he'd be a beginner me. Hiromi, Marshmallow, there's not really much special about her, too. I don't think she's really that good at many sports anyway, so how about beginner? Alright, Hiroshi, One-Handed Bill. How about expert for him, because he's pretty good at, he's the worst at tennis, but if I'm correct, he's actually, like, one of the best at, what is it that he's really good at? He's really good at, baseball, I think. I don't think he's on, Sakura's team, but he's still, like, pretty high up there. Not really sure where he is at boxing, or I think he was also pretty good at table tennis. All right, Holly. She also doesn't have a large fan base anyway, so how about beginner? And I don't think she's really that good at many sports in the first place. All right, Ian. How about expert for him too? Wacky Jackie. I don't see why she deserved to be an expert me. To me, I thought about maybe putting her in expert, but you know what, I'll put her in expert. I thought about maybe doing beginner for her, but beginner would be too harsh for her, even though I put her in hate in the tier list video. Alright, Jake from State Farm. How about advanced for you? Same thing for you, James. I think advanced would work well for you. Alright, Jessie. She was a beginner me in the first game. How about we keep her? How about maybe? No, I'll put her back in beginner because not really that many people really. All right, Big Booty Julie. I think advanced would work well for her. Catherine. I think expert would do good for her. Kiko. She was an expert me in the original. Yeah, she doesn't really look like an expert me to me. Something like standard or beginner. How about a beginner? I guess for Kiko. Alright, Kentaro. Maybe we downgrade him one spot to advanced, perhaps? Alright, David. Or David, because I believe he's Spanish. How about something... I don't know if he really deserved to be an expert me. I know Slim Kirby really liked him, because he was, an expert me. And he was, like, his favorite as a result of that. Yeah... I think advanced would work well for him. All right, Luca Pupa. How about we keep him in standard? Lucia. How about expert? Excuse me, master. This is pretty obvious because she's the table tennis champion. Marco. I think advanced as well for him. Maria. I got close to picking her for master, but I'll put her in expert. Marissa the Succubus. I thought about keeping her in master, maybe moving her to advanced, but I feel like she belongs as a beginner me because there aren't really that many people that even know her in the first place. Right, Martin. Not really sure if he deserves to be an expert or an advanced. How about standard, I guess? Although this was a last-minute choice on where to put him. Right. Obvious, Matt, you're going to master. I don't have to explain why I put him in master and why I'm putting him in master. Megan. She's, I believe, the worst at every sport combined. If you do averages. So she's going to be in beginner. Right. Mia. How about maybe expert for her? I just feel like expert would work well for her. Michael Phelps. Expert. Midori. I'll keep her an expert. I might change my mind later. Miguel, Florida man. How about expert as well for you? Mike, I feel like you look like you're a master CPU me. Maisaki, Mulan. Yeah, like, I changed her nickname to Kim Jong-un's daughter because that doesn't really fit her. She doesn't really look like Kim Jong-un's daughter in the first place. So I changed her nickname to Mulan because she looks a lot like Mulan to me. So, master. Right. Dora, Miyu. Expert. Naomi. Not really much special about her. How about maybe, like, beginner for now, I guess? I might change this later. I feel like there's not really that many people that know her, so how about beginner? Nelly, I feel like you deserve to be a master me. She's like one of the best at like everything, I think. She has like one of the biggest averages, I think, in all the sports, if I am correct on that. I'm gonna have to look back. Nick the Fish. He's the runner-up to Sakura in baseball. So how about Master? All right, Oscar Mayer Wiener. He was an advanced me in the original, so we'll keep him at advanced. Pablo. I don't have a nickname for him anymore because I dropped his nickname to try to not offend anyone. So let's put him in standard. Patrick, I feel like you should be a beginner me. Yeah, there's not really much special about him. Pierre, you didn't really deserve to be a master me to me. How about something like expert? For him, I'm actually running pretty low on expert slots. Rachel. Thought about advanced, but maybe standard would work for you, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I might decide to put her back in advanced. I might decide to put her in advanced. She was expert in the original. I don't think she really deserved to be that high. Rainer. Didn't really deserve to be expert. He didn't really deserve to be an expert me. I feel like maybe standard would work well for him. I thought about beginner, but beginner would be too harsh for him. Ren. Ren, the opposite of Theo, as Ren has like a 2 head, while Theo has a 5 head. Beginner. He's like one of the worst at tennis anyways, so how about just beginner? Alright, Rin, the most generic looking me of them all. How about standard? I thought about beginner, but I think standard would work better for her, I guess. That's just how I feel about it. Ryan. Jesus, this is pretty obvious. How about beginner? Because he's the worst at literally all of the fighting-related sports. Saburo. Master. He just looks very cool to me, and he just looked very cool to me in general, so how about we put him in Master? Sakura, also, obviously, you're going in Master. Alright, Sandra. You were expert in the original. I don't think you deserved it. Standard maybe could work better for you, perhaps. The cursor will let that happen. Yes, it does. Sarah, you are the vice tennis champion, so how about Master? Shinosuke, you were an expert. Don't really think you deserved expert. How about advanced? I think you'd work better as... Oh. Yeah, advanced I think you'd work better as. Shinta, one of the weirdest Miis in my opinion. That's just how I feel about him. There aren't really that many followers of him. I guess maybe I guess maybe standard could work for him. He was an expert me, but like nobody really knows him in the first. There aren't really that many people that know him in the first place. So how about standard? All right, Shohei, he's one of my favorites. How about expert? All right, Shouda, he's literally the second worst in We're actually done with the expert, where the expert slots are full. How about we put him in beginner, because he's literally the second worst at tennis. Silky. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I put you in how about beginner, because nobody really likes her anyway. Chauvin, what would I do with you? I guess maybe beginner for her as well. Perhaps we put her in beginner. Alright, Sota. How about advanced, I guess? For him. He just looks like he'd be an advanced me. Alright, Stephanie. She was a master me in the original. I don't think she really deserved it. So how about advanced? Steph. Manly Step. I guess maybe standard. Same thing with Steve right here. I feel like Steve would probably also fit as a standard Mii better than what he was. I believe he was an advanced, or no, I think he actually was standard in the original. Susanna, no, nobody really even talks about her anyway. So standard. Takashi, I guess master. I feel like you'd belong in beginner, but I'm out of slots there, so master. Right. Takumi, standard. I gotta do it. I just feel like he'd belong in standard better. Tatsuaki, because he looks very angry, I'll put him in master. Five-Head Theo, I'll put him in master too. I know I hate Theo, but this is supposed to be completely unbiased. Tommy, he's the basketball champion. This should be obvious. Tomoko, you had been standard in the original, so I'll put you in standard. Big D Tyrone, he's up there with he's literally up there with Eva and Tommy, so I think he'd work very well as master. He definitely should stay as master. Ursula, you were advanced in the original. Standard probably would fit better for her. Victor, you didn't really deserve to be a master CPU. So how about standard? Vincenzo, I would like to put him in master. I just don't think he deserves to be a master CPU Mii. So standard. Yoko Ono, I thought about master, because she was a master in the original, and I really like her, but there's just not enough slots for master, and I know there's one spot left, which is Yoshi. This is the last one. I'm gonna put her as master because she had been the table tennis champion before Lucia overtook her. So as you can probably see here, like, not really that. I kind of got a bit taken off course with this because the game has an even amount of CPUs for each. Like for each category: beginner, standard, advanced, expert, and master. Like, I kind of wish that we could have customized whoever we like. Kind of wish we could have customized who each was in the original game. I know that they weren't gonna let us do that, but I mean, come on, like I have no clue why Elisa, who I hate, was in advanced Mii. She's literally the champion of tennis, and the vice champion of boxing. Like, how does she not deserve master? Well, let me explain. So, for each CPU Mii, like, Saburo is in the game's ID, like in the game files, he's listed as the first CPU Mii, so that's why they put him as a beginner Mii. Like, they did it completely random. Like, it was complete, like, the whole process of putting them all into each category was actually completely random. And this has been confirmed as they all line up with like, it goes by 5, like Marissa being the last CPU Mii to be added into the game is why she's a master CPU Mii. Although I feel like they could have done a better job with putting them in instead of just like putting them randomly. I feel like they should have just taken a look at, like, is this player a champion? Does this player suck at this sport? And go on from there. Like, they should have done something like that. So this is going to be the end of this tier list video. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'd like to see what you guys have to think about this. See y'all next time.